Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to my channel for another Hot Toys Secret Base figure preview video. Now before we begin, I want to say a huge thank you once again to Ryan Kirkwood for going out in person and snapping these gorgeous high-res pics. Show Ryan some love down in the comments below, because without him this series literally wouldn't be possible. If you are looking to pre-order Ekko, he is up right now with toyswonderland.com, and of course the link for that is down in the description below. The Bad Batch. It turns out Hot Toys were listening, and they are deciding on whether or not they will be making the entire team. They did announce that they were going to, but they've also shown off images of Justice League Cyborg, so I'll be patiently sitting back and seeing what happens. We have so far seen both Ekko and Hunter. Whether or not they go ahead and make the rest, we will have to wait and see. First off, Ekko does come with a bunch of swap-out pieces. We see a protocol droid style hand with multiple different attachments and extendable poles. We haven't as of yet seen this in the show, so we don't exactly know what it does or how he comes to acquire these additional attachments. I'm sure we'll be discovering how he gets them in a future episode, but for now they are painted really nicely and sculpted fantastically as well. You can see this rusty type metal effect on the main chassis, and then the silver bits and pieces that come out the bottom I would imagine will be articulated. They are very thin, so you will have to be careful, but I'm pretty sure those bits and pieces will be able to move. It's also worth noting that this one, the extendable arm version, does actually have a wrist peg at the base of the hand. You can see it ever so slightly in that gap there. It is color matching to the hand itself, and I'm pretty sure you will be able to swap the hand between the extendable version and the non-extended option. He also comes with this piece, which I believe is some kind of grappling hook attachment. It does have a hook on one end. Again, not entirely sure what this does as of yet, but it can articulate. You can see the various pins in the claws, so you will be able to open and close them. Now you can see that additional hand that you will be able to swap out. I'm pretty sure in the promo pics they did show that you can remove the pole and just have the hand itself on the wrist. Therefore, you don't have to have that super long pole. I probably won't be displaying my Ekko with the protocol droid hand. I more than likely will be going just with that little plug-in port like what R2-D2 has on the right side. Another shot of the grappling hook, and I'm pretty sure that's a wire that is attached to the hook itself, so potentially some posability out of this piece. We also get this mallet type attachment. It's a really interesting piece, and once again I'm curious how it plays into the show itself, but it's a big honkin' unit, and once again you will be able to swap it out onto the right side. He also comes with this piece, which I'm fairly sure is the back part to the helmet. At least that's what I think it is. It does have that chalky style paint effect. We will talk about that more in just a second. Now back to the mallet. It is suitably rusty, it's suitably dirty, it looks fantastic. I just really don't know what use Ekko would have for a mallet hand. It's very interesting, if indeed that's what it is. I'm just speculating because that's what it looks like. It does appear to have some pistons. I don't know if it's going to be able to actuate and move forward and backwards. It remains to be seen both in the show and in figure format. At the very least, this guy comes with a bunch of unique accessories. Often when it comes to clones, you get the bog standard. A couple of blaster pistols, rifles, and the smaller DC-15. Pretty sure it's A as well. You never usually get this additional stuff, but being Ekko from the Bad Batch, they can expand on it and give us all this random extra gear. When it comes to the other members of the team, such as Hunter, who you all know is not my personal favorite, but I do hope he comes with his stuffed toy, his little animal that you see him with in the show. That'll be a great add-in. So it's this weird, off-the-beaten-path throw-in accessories that I think Hot Toys can really nail, and will set these Bad Batch figures over and above just the standard 501st clones that we are getting from Hot Toys. He does come with the usual array of gesturing hands. You've got pointing, you've got a trigger finger hand, and I wouldn't be surprised if we do get a saluting style hand as well. A shot of the blaster pistol, which is almost identical, I would imagine, to the ones that are coming with Rex, and also the ones that came with Cody. You can see that on the base he does have a plastic printed nameplate, but I have been informed that for the final release, it will more than likely come with a metal nameplate. And on top of the display base, it's a really simple design. You do just have a black topper with Ekko's helmet design on the left side. Not exactly sure what's printed on the right hand side, but there definitely is some red text there. As for Ekko's armor, it looks fantastic. It's got that chalky, weathered look about it, kind of like the animation has. I was really surprised when I saw Hot Toys pictures for this. I thought they were going to go way more realistic than they did, potentially even a little bit of gloss on there. But they didn't. They kept it source material accurate, and I commend them for that. It looks fantastic. Also, this Karma piece is not made out of pleather. It looks like a synthetic nylon style material. That means it won't degrade over time. That is a huge win. And I'm pretty sure there could be the opportunity to install some wires in there. If Hot Toys haven't done it already, hopefully they decide to do that sometime down the line before it gets released, because some wires in the Karma would give an even more dynamic look to Ekko when you do have him posed alongside the other team members. Cause this guy is the only one with the Karma skirt, because he was previously an ARC Trooper. It's kind of a throwback to that design, if you will. A lot of people were hoping that we would get the ARC Trooper design for Ekko, me included. Fingers crossed, sometime down the line we do get that version, but for now this serves me perfectly fine as my Ekko on the shelf there. You can see he does have the holsters on the Karma itself where you will be able to store his blaster pistols. The belt, typical clone style belt, suitably weathered, suitably dirty, it looks fantastic, but the interesting thing is his abdomen armor is slightly different to other clones. It's a really unique, specific design for Ekko here, and I really like the way it looks. It's got a sharp pointiness about it that does sort of give this faux ab look. I know, I'm gushing over just the smallest details, but Hot Toys nailed it. I think it looks really, really good. As for his screwdriver arm, I'm not exactly sure what they call that. I know, there's a name for it. The little dongle that R2-D2 always plugs into those ports. It's kind of what we're seeing here. I would imagine that they would be able to swap out those bits and pieces, and maybe it would even rotate. It's an interesting design, does have a proper mechanical style joint there. It's very unique. You will also be able to swap it out with the various other attachments you saw earlier in the video. And here we have Ekko's helmet. I love this helmet design. It looks fantastic. It has this meanness about it with this very slim visor and the subtle little red front tooth there. It looks fantastic. You can also see the Clone Force 99 logo up there on the top of the helmet. I'm pretty sure that alternate piece we saw earlier is a piece that you plug onto the back of the helmet, so it's a full piece rather than a helmet with a gap around the back, because of course when he's wearing it, his Lobot style brain computer thing plugs in the back and completes the entirety of the helmet. It is also very weathered. It's nicely scratched up and dirty and does once again have that chalky style look. As for the armor itself, I love this gunmetal deep kind of grey that they've gone with. It's not a full black, it's not just a straight up light grey, it has this deep metallic sort of flake to it. In the light, when it hits it just right, you can see it's a multi-dimensional style of paint. It's not just a basic flat grey, so they definitely have nailed it with the detail here. You can also see that little skull up there on his chest plate, which is done really nicely as well. We are getting to the head sculpt, which honestly Initially, when I thought if Hot Toys were or were not going to be doing Bad Batch figures, I thought they weren't going to do a head sculpt. In fact, I would have put money down. I would have thought that it would just been the helmet. But no, they didn't. They went with the unhelmeted version as well. It is kind of creepy for me. He's got those sunken in eyes with the dark shadows underneath, and he's very, very gaunt and very, very pale. Accurate to the show, yes, but it does kind of creep me out. I won't be having my Ekko on display with this head sculpt. I'll be going with the helmet, just because I'm not sure what kind of vibes I'm getting here. But they're not good ones. Let me know what you think of this head sculpt down in the comments below. But from a technical perspective, yeah, it's sculpted really well. I can even see Temuera Morrison's likeness here, even though it's so vastly different to what we'd imagine. Just when we picture Temuera Morrison, it's completely different, yet you can still tell exactly who it's supposed to be. And that's really impressive, as I said, from a technical perspective, but at the end of the day, it kind of creeps me out. I love the way it's painted, and I'm pretty sure y'all will as well. Will you be displaying this guy with the helmet or without? I am quite curious. Overall though, as a first figure in the line from the Bad Batch, yeah, I'm impressed. This guy looks fantastic. I can't wait to see the rest of the line. Hunter is my personal favorite, so hopefully he goes up next. If you are looking to pre-order this, he is up right now with toyswonderland.com. A link for that is of course down in the description below, and they do have 12-month installment plans if you're a fan of paying off your figures over time. While you are in the description, check out the link to 6 Scale Network, the awesome Facebook group. Come along, chat figures, share photos of your collection, and of course, see what's coming up next on the channel. Like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next video.